Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Good Time at the Movies. I'm Wyatt. That is JP. And today we are talking about the movie that taught us that shared carbs do not count.
Don't count. They don't
They
count.
do not count. We are talking about the
Yeah.
legacy sequel that we needed, The Devil Wears Prada 2. JP, we both saw this movie today. It's fresh, it's in the
Yeah.
front of our minds.
Yeah.
Your thoughts
On the
on,
day of the Met Gala,
on the day
debate
of the Met Gala. It's a
debate
beautiful
this
fashion day.
review. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was really fun. Um I will say, you know, the obvious question is like how does it compare to the original? The original's far better. It's doing a lot more. The original, I liked the character dynamics in terms of Meryl Streep being this enigmatic, stoic monolith of a woman that is unflinching and always 10 steps ahead. And then Anne Hathaway is like so green but ambitious that her like corruption into the magazine is like inspiring, but also like this isn't what you're supposed to be. That's very interesting in the original. This one is a hangout movie. It's, all your favorite characters are back. Thank God Stanley Tucci and Emily Blunt are firing on all cylinders. They're fantastic. Um, some of the characters are a little, I would say, too spotless. We kind of breeze through the runtime, but I would say it's a fun time. And uh the dialogue is pretty witty. There's some good lines in there. So I'd say it's I would say it's a worthy sequel. It's a
Okay.
worthy sequel. Yeah.
I agree with everything you said. I think I'm probably a little higher on it than
Mhm.
you. Similarly, I watched The Devil Wears Prada, the original, 5 days ago. So I
Yeah, I
watched
I did too.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
watched 2 Devil Wears Pradas in the
Mhm.
span of a calendar week. That's awesome. I went 26 years without seeing 0. I've now seen 2 in the last 7 days, and I've
Yeah.
had a great time with both of them. With this one in particular, I think in terms of what we want to see, whether we want to see legacy sequels at all, but what we
Mhm.
do want to see if we are going to see them, it's kind of perfect in terms of, hey, we're going to do the fan service. We're going to wink and
There's a
nod.
lot of that. There's a
We're
lot of
going to
that.
wink and nod at
Yeah.
that, but in small moments where that's not like the driving force of a scene. If you know
Yes.
what I mean, where
Yeah.
it's not like the
Yeah.
movie is fan service. It's like it fits very well, and it also feels like this was a story that was earned. The story that is told through this movie, it felt
Mhm.
like, oh yeah, this makes sense about where these characters would be, and
Yeah.
the story felt valid in terms of we're not forcing this just because we want to. Obviously, it's a cash grab. Devil Wears Prada is going to make a ton of money, but
It
this
it
the
already
story
has. It
already
already
has
has,
the week. It's unbelievable,
which is great for my box office draft. Oh,
incredible.
yeah. Yeah.
um, but I just think this story itself made sense for these characters, and it made me think that the first one left way more meat on the bone than I initially thought with some of these characters.
Okay.
Because like the development of Miranda, Meryl Streep's character, is in the first one, you know what she is at the beginning of the movie, and she's the same at the end of the movie. She's just like you described her. She is that
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
There is some growth, whether you wanted that or not, in this
Mhm.
movie. Even at the end, though, she does kind of sneak back into her old ways. But
I
I don't
preferred
know,
that, yes.
which I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm kind of a sucker for like a hardened person to be like open up to someone, but I don't know. I just think this movie did everything I would want a legacy sequel to do. And so I'm very, very pleased with the result. Like, if we're going to make these movies, if we're going to make these sequels to movies that are already fantastic, this should be the blueprint. And we'll talk later on because I have some comparisons to other types of sequels that I want to have
I'm
a
I'm thinking
conversation
of those too. I'm thinking of them too, but
about.
I will
Yeah.
say you're right in terms of this movie starts with, like, a pretty good on the right foot in terms of, "Look, we are talking about journalism. We are talking about what fashion has become, and what journalism has decayed into. I think that was kind of the strongest part of the movie, and, Emily Blunt's, boyfriend in this that, like, he's not like Silicon Valley, but he's that rich, snobby, like, prick that can just buy anything, so let's just say he sounds like Elon Musk in several scenes, or Jeff Bezos, like, he's
Mhm.
channeling that, and the was it DJ Novak? The guy from The Office.
BJ Novak,
DJ.
yeah. Very
He's wearing
funny.
he's
The
wearing, like,
people
the
line, yeah.
athletic vests, he's very Wall Street. I would say this is such a me thing to say. I think all the male characters in this movie are perfect. Stanley Tucci especially, but, like, they are exactly what they need to be.
I'm gonna clip that one,
May
sorry.
maybe maybe not the, romantic interests, your Kenneth Branagh, your building developer, gentrification contractor. Those guys are pretty squeaky clean, and I'm like,
Mhm,
I call foul on that, but in terms of the antagonists and Stanley Tucci, like, they do everything they need to do. That Pompeii speech, I loved. It was a great speech from a character that you're like, "This guy's an idiot," and then he says something, it's like, "Oh, shit, okay." Like, he kind of actually knows what's going on. Uh, yeah, and I think just how this movie starts on journalism being a shadow of what it was 10 years ago,
mhm.
and fast fashion and all that stuff. I needed a little bit more of that, but to start the movie, like, bam, bam with that, I thought was fantastic. It was a great idea
Yeah.
to get
Yeah, no, I
them
yeah,
back together. Yeah, yeah,
100%. I agree, I think the opening does a really good job of reminding you this movie's in 2025. The last one was 2006 or
yeah.
2026, sorry, it's 20 years later. So,
It's a
this
very different world,
it's a
and
different world.
it admits that immediately, and
Yeah.
that's so refreshing. Oh
Uh
my god. Yeah.
even the opening where you have the paparazzi all with their phones, you have the
Yes.
influencers
Yes.
filming themselves,
Yep.
it immediately clocks you like, "Oh, this is a different world than when we left them." And for me, I left them
Yes.
5 days ago. For most people watching, they left these characters 20 years ago.
Right.
So, had to
Yeah.
be a little disorienting to see what these characters would be like in this
The
new world.
I will say there are cameos in this movie that I know are, like, super on point, and I do not know what those people are. Like, I don't wanna spoil the big one that was awesome. I loved it. Um, that was great. I had a blast with that. So glad Sydney Sweeney got cut out of this. Holy shit. It was very much going to be a commercial about her lingerie brand with Jeff Bezos. Or, like, if Emily Blunt and her boyfriend were, like, eating shrimp cocktails next to Sydney Sweeney and Jeff Bezos, it would have made sense, and I'm so
Yeah.
glad it's not in this at all. Oh my god. So,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
There's one cameo too I wanna talk about later that I have, some interesting thoughts on,
Mhm.
but more so for this, I guess, franchise now, I really enjoy the charm that it has in terms of I don't care about fashion. I am not a fashion guy. Anyone who's seen
Yeah.
any content I've put out ever, this isn't for me,
Yeah.
but the fact that it works for me is a testament to these movies in terms of they take themselves seriously, and the characters
Yes. Yeah.
themselves very much care about the world they're in. And to
Mhm.
see people care about things is enjoyable, whether you're into that thing or not. It's the same thing with
Yeah.
like sports. It's fun watching fans be fans. It's fun watching people who love fashion
Yes.
genuinely love fashion
Yeah.
and be invested in that world. And neither of these movies poke fun at them for enjoying the things they enjoy. Those
Yeah.
characters by themselves are just funny
Well,
and unique people.
and this movie especially is very honest about how fashion works,
Mhm.
and the first one, the whole cerulean scene is, like, iconic, but this one is very much like, "Hey, like, Dior, the brand is, oh, we can, put the logo on a handbag, and now it's $3,000. So, everyone can dress stylishly." And Anne Hathaway's like, anyone that can afford $3,000. And they're like, "Oh, there's always Christmas." It's
Christmas.
like,
You've never heard of Christmas?
"Wow, okay."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the first one, Stanley Tucci says it best. It's like, the people that created this are better than artists because you live in it.
Mhm.
Fashion is art and life because you live in it. I these movies are very, very smart
Yeah.
in what they're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, I think honest is the great way to describe it in terms of how they handle the fashion
Mhm.
industry. It doesn't
Yeah.
shy away from much. I think the scene that sticks with me about these movies that really stands out is from the first one, actually, when
Probably, yeah.
Miranda and Amanda are like kind of first meeting. Amanda laughs at the belts being the exact same. Which
Yes.
if you notice in one of
Yes.
the first scenes of the second one, she laughs at two belts on the side of the street.
From
It's a
street
whole,
vendors.
yeah.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
sit there and laugh,
Yeah.
and you catch that. I'm like, I remember that. I just
Mhm.
saw this, but
Yeah.
the scene where Miranda just explains to her like, you think fashion isn't a part of your life, and it doesn't matter, and then she goes in this huge monologue
Yeah.
of why the decisions she's made to wear whatever she's wearing today were made
2
years ago.
years before by them. Yes. Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's like, "Oh, that's interesting."
Mhm.
Even though I don't know a word you just said, you care about this and you are invested and, like, you're knowledgeable about this. I
Mhm.
can get on board with this. I can get on
Yeah.
board with this character. I wanna talk about Anne Hathaway because these 2
Yeah.
movies
Okay.
have made me realize that I have maybe undervalued or taken Anne Hathaway for granted
Okay.
because I don't know if I ever elevated her in my mind to just Anne Hathaway superstar. Like she has it. Because for me, I feel like there's a window that I missed with her in like the high school years where she's in Les Mis.
Yeah.
There's another big one I'm thinking of.
What,
Anyways,
Sex and Other Drugs?
maybe I don't know, but maybe like the and even growing up, not Bride Diaries, Princess Diaries.
Princess, yeah.
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 So I feel like I wasn't the intended audience growing up as a boy with all brothers to
No. Yeah, yeah.
appreciate Anne
Yeah.
Hathaway. And then even her in Interstellar feels like a different person for me. Like the Anne
Yeah.
Hathaway in Devil Wears Prada does not register as the same actress in Interstellar for some reason. I don't know
Yeah.
why. But seeing her in these 2 movies, I'm like, I get it now. I get Anne Hathaway, and I need to elevate her in a higher hierarchy than I
I
have before.
I agree with the first one. This is my big thing about this new one.
Okay.
Um, it's not her I don't know if it's her performance or if it's the script. How old is she supposed to be? She's still acting like a child in this. Like, she's so giddy and excited, and she's doing like, oh my gosh," for several scenes. It's kind of weird, like, you were one of the top journalists of your, newspaper. Your experience, you've traveled the world for 20 years, and you're acting like a little like, schoolgirl. It's very intentional. And I was very confused by it.
I think that's the Miranda effect. You get sucked back into her world and you just
Maybe
become the smaller version of yourself where like I want your
there
approval. She
there are
finally gets a thank you. Like the whole thing is she wants approval, whether you agree with that
yes,
character or not. She just wants that
yes,
approval from Miranda. At the very end,
yes,
she gets a thank you, and it's a beautiful moment. So
yes.
like maybe it's just part of being back in that room with
Yeah, there
her. She diminishes what she's done over the last 20 years.
absolutely. There's some scenes where they do that perfectly. Like when she's waiting by the door and she's like just waiting for Miranda to just make eye contact.
Mhm.
Stuff like that, yes. But she's like, I don't know, like jumping around like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here." It's like you I don't know. It's like you have been in the workforce for 20 years.
Yeah.
It's a weird disconnect. And some scenes, it makes sense in terms of what you're saying. She's reverting back to what she was in 2006, and she's laughing at the little things like the coat and the belts and all that stuff. But there are other scenes where it's like, she needs to be a professional right now, and she should know how to do that. It's
Fair.
kind of
I get that. No, that makes sense.
yeah.
Doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me for the character.
But the first movie, Anne Hathaway's great. I think it
Mhm,
is one of her better performances. In the first movie, it's a corruption story. She's like she
mhm,
has these high values of journalism. And so she's like in the lion's den of magazine culture and fashion, and she adopts it to survive and to succeed because she
mhm,
has that like, I'm gonna do this job for 1 year. I need to survive for 1 year. And then
mhm.
she realizes from Stanley Tucci, survival is not an option. I have to thrive. I have to win. Like, if you don't win, you're dead water in this world. And that's a corruption. Like, she pisses off her friends, she loses her boyfriend, she stabs Emily Blunt in the back, whether she knows it or not. Like, that's what makes the first movie so good, is she becomes the very thing she was making fun of in the first 20 minutes of the movie. That does not happen in this. She is not corrupted at all. She is spotless in this movie. And that's my one big gripe with this. She is the same the entire way. She's always a journalist.
Yeah. That's a
I
good
would
point.
have I
That's
would have
fair.
liked to see her revert back, not just in how she does her line reads, but in what she does. I would have liked it a little bit
That's
more.
Is there an argument that it's less her story and more Meryl Streep's character, or where she's the one with the story arc?
It's yeah, it's split between them. Like, in the first one, the camera is always with Anne Hathaway. In this
Mhm.
one, it takes sides. Sometimes we're with Meryl, sometimes we're with Anne Hathaway. Uh, I was a little iffy on that, but you're right, like, we see much more into Miranda's life than ever before.
Yeah,
Um, and that was surprising.
yeah.
I like her character in this way more than I like, uh, Anne Hathaway's. What Jackie
Andy Sachs?
Sachs? Andy
Andy
Sachs.
Sachs? Come
Andy
on, man.
Sachs.
Andy
Yeah.
Sachs. The
Um,
scene where, she hangs up her own coat, incredible.
was great. Yeah.
Something
Oh, yeah.
something and she's exhausted, she just leans up against the door.
Yes.
So
Oh,
good.
that's like the sneaky best part of this movie is all of the corporate jargon that they shove into this movie and, like, never make it fully one scene about it, but they keep, like, sprinkling the breadcrumbs throughout. The way BJ Novak was like, "You guys,
People.
you
People.
people," is hilarious, and every time, Miranda says something in a meeting and the
Assistant.
her assistant who's from, Bridgerton, it's kinda weird the roles she's gotten after Bridgerton have been very supporting pretty girl when she's honestly a very talented actress. She's like, can't
Can't
say
say
that,
that.
can't say that."
She's trying to remember the term body positivity, and she's like, "Body,
Body negativity?
negative it's
Yeah.
why does it matter?" She's
Yeah, yeah.
so it's so good.
She's like, "Oh god, I'm gonna kill myself with these terms," and this is like, yeah," and she's like, "What? I'm not killing anyone else yet."
Yet.
It's like,
So
"That's
great.
good."
Meryl
That was
Streep,
really fun.
what a lady. Let's also talk about the Tooch man, Stanley Tucci, who can do no
Oh,
wrong.
great. Yeah.
He's so good. He does so much with his face. Like,
Mhm.
it's incredible. Like, I'm jumping towards the end of the movie, but when Miranda finally gives him his moment after years
Yes.
of
Yeah.
just being on the sideline, and you just see it in his face. It's so good. It's just
Mhm.
phenomenal acting, and he's so funny. He's so when he has those conversations with Andy, and he's like, "This is your job. Do your job," and it's
Yeah.
just bang, bang, bang,
He
and it's
yeah.
very like because Anne Hathaway is kind of this young. I know she's older in this movie, but she comes in with this energy. She's emotional. She wants validation. She wants all that, and Tucci's just like, or Nigel's like, "Hey,
Yeah.
do your job. We're
Yeah.
professionals here. We got." So I think Nigel kind of acts as
Mhm.
what you want
He's
Andy
the heart
Sack.
and soul. He's the heart and soul of both movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's I it's funny to, like, see online how many people quote which lines. In the first movie, it's like I would say 60% of the lines are from Miranda, Meryl Streep's character, and the other 40% are Stanley Tucci. He's great. And this one, I think it's actually spread out more evenly. Emily Blunt has some great lines. Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
I think he only has a couple, I'm trying to remember, but it's spread out more evenly,
Yeah.
in a good way. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a really funny movie. A few of the other minor characters, which I think is one of the bigger gripes with this movie. First of all, no Vincent Chase. Adrian Grenier is the actor. I know Vincent Chase from Entourage. He
Oh,
was
is
the
that the blonde journalist from the first movie?
no, he's the boyfriend
Oh, he's the boy.
of
Yeah,
Andy.
that's kinda weird.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
that was weird.
Vincent Chase, my boy. You got to watch Entourage, but
Mm,
would have loved to see him in this movie just showing up somehow, but I guess
yeah.
they wanted to shoehorn in this other guy who I
A
don't know the
new
actor's
love
name.
interest who's only in there for, like, 3 scenes.
A weird,
Eh,
a weird character.
I'd
I
say
you
just cut
don't
him out.
you don't need him.
Like, the fact that Miranda finds a good man that will actually stay with her is quite unbelievable, but, maybe after so many men, she finally found Kenneth Branagh, and
Mhm,
he's like, "I travel around for work too. I'm a musician. Like, we can do this." Uh, sure, heartwarming because you're right, this is also Miranda's movie as much as is,
mhm,
Anne Hathaway's characters. Yeah, only I think the producers or, like, pre-production, they were like, "Look, we are shitting on men a lot in this movie with the money, the heir to the empire, BJ Novak with all the money, Emily Blunt's, rich Silicon Valley boyfriend, and all the lawyers and stuff. It's like, we should have at least 1 decent guy, 2 decent
2.
guys. Let's make them the love interests." And it's like, maybe just 1.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
I'm man enough to say we didn't need this guy. We
No,
didn't need him
no.
at all. And a weird probably my least favorite scene is when Andy and him have their fight and he's like, "We'll talk later," and he steps away. She's mean. She's very mean.
I
It's like, "You're j
I
my
needed I needed way more of that.
I
I
needed
needed
an
way more of that.
apology at the
No.
end, though. I didn't she basically said, like, "My job's way more important than yours. See ya." And she never apologized.
But that's what she was in the first movie. I need more of that. I need way more of that.
That's fine if you want more of it, but I needed a little if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna do that even a little bit, you have to have a little bit more closure for me to I'm still kinda
Yeah,
mad at Andy for that. I'm sure she apologized after they made out at the end of the
yeah,
movie, but she was like,
yeah.
"Hey, we had a rocky start and a rocky ending. Make out with
It
me."
it's weird that there's only 1 makeout scene.
Yeah.
Is this a romantic movie or what? It's so weird. I agree. That whole subplot with the guy is like, use it or lose it. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of emphasis on her getting an apartment simply just to set up that plot line.
We're in her apartment, I think, for 2 scenes.
Yeah.
It's crazy. She's in her friend's apartment more than her apartment, and I think the only reason we have her be in her apartment is for her to get a new apartment. It's
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
It does feel like it was shoehorned in there. Let's talk cameos a little bit. One cameo I have to bring up as a sports guy. Carl Anthony Towns is in this movie.
Was that the
Okay.
really tall guy?
That's the really tall guy.
Okay.
Now, listen,
Okay.
this movie was shot June of 2025 through basically October of 2025 after reshoots or whatever. Carl Anthony Towns was
Okay.
probably brought up as somebody to be in this movie because at the time, in about May of 2025, the New York Knicks were playing the Indiana Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals. The
Oh,
writers of
okay.
this movie probably assumed the Knicks were going to win that series and that the Knicks were going to be in the NBA Finals. So it would make
Mm.
sense to have Carl Anthony Towns NBA Finals appearance in this movie. Guess what? Indiana Pacers won that series. Suck it, Carl Anthony Towns. I bet they had to change some of the wording for that cameo. Suck it, New York.
Maybe.
Suck it, New York Knicks. Carl
Yeah.
Anthony Towns does not deserve a cameo in this movie. And Tyrese Halliburton probably ruined some writer's day because of that. So I felt very happy and very vindicated when I saw the timing of all
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the tall guy.
Yeah.
With that cameo scene's very fun because just she's introduced to all these different people, and
To
you're like,
like
wait,
20 people. Yeah.
I know, I think I know that person. Wait, I should
Yes.
know this person.
Yeah.
Wait, why don't I know this person? I know that one. So it
Yep.
was kind of a fun who's who, and it happens quick enough where you're like playing
Mhm.
catch up the whole time. Really cool, and it doesn't like glorify the cameos as much
No.
as some
It's
movies do. There's no
it's
like
if
entrance music. Like,
right. It's like if you're in the room, if you know the people, here you go. Like Emily Blunt is talking to someone in Milan, and it's like, I don't know if it's Gucci. Like, I don't know if she's in the Gucci family or Versace. I don't know. She is someone. And I'm just kind of sitting there like, people
mhm.
know who that is.
I thought we were gonna see Hugh Jackman. There was a
Yeah.
moment where they
Yeah.
walk into the party,
Again,
Andy's boyfriend.
it's with the boyfriend, and it's just like, all right, we need a scene. We got an Australian actor.
Yeah.
Oh, Hugh Jackman's over there. Okay.
It was
Yeah.
more so we have to get him off screen because he
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yes. Actually, you're right.
It
You're
was
right.
like, "Hey, we need a reason for him not to be
He's
here. What if he saw Hugh Jackman?"
he's not in the rest of the scene. I mean, like, honestly, if they did
Yeah,
reshoots, that could have been a pickup because it's only like 3 shots.
yeah.
Well, it's the entrance shot. You're right though. Like, it's very much, all right, she brought him. Get
He's
lost.
here. We go find
Yeah.
another Australian, but we can't get Hugh Jackman, so just, like, send him off.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that was very fun. You get Gaga.
You
We
get
get
Lady Gaga,
we get
and
Gaga.
she shows up. And yeah, I was like, "Wow, 2026 movie with Stanley Tucci and Lady Gaga. We are having a great time."
Great time.
Yes.
Great
Yeah.
time. Uh, I wanna talk about how this compares to other legacy sequels.
Yeah.
I feel like this fits very firmly in the podium bronze medal with the top 2 spots going to Blade Runner 2049 and Top Gun: Maverick.
Creed.
I
Creed.
have Creed 4. I have Creed at 4. I have Creed on the list. I'm putting this above it. That's recency bias, maybe. I'll need to go
I'm
back and rewatch Creed, but
I'm putting Creed above Top Gun: Maverick. 100%.
wow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, maybe I need to revisit Creed. So Creed, I literally
Yeah.
wrote down Creed as number 4. So
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably need to rewatch Creed. Maybe the other Creeds have kind of thrown off my radar for how
I
good
I would
that
say
first one.
so, especially Creed 3. I'm not a Creed 3 guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think it's the
I'll
most
I'll
recent.
defend Creed 2.
Okay.
I'll defend Creed 2, not the 3rd one.
But yeah, I think overall this movie, I think you'd agree. It does what it needs to do to be a serviceable extension of this movie of the
But
first movie.
but does that put it on the podium already? I don't think so. It does its job? No, you need to do way
Well,
more than that.
okay, here's the thing. I think we both agree it does its job. I think it does a little bit more, and I think it's better than maybe where you have it. I really enjoy this movie a lot more than you. I'm feel good saying that.
I think I know the big worry before it came out. I know a bunch of, like, behind the scenes photos came out, and a lot of fans were like, "Oh, this looks very, like, Shein, fast fashion-y, like the fashion they were wearing." And I don't think that's the case with the final product. There is some stuff they're wearing that it's like when Meryl Streep is talking to in the room with the Last Supper, they're having that dinner, and, like, her career it maybe is about to end. Her top looks like a cosmic brownie. You know those, like, Hostess things
Yeah.
where it's like it was
I know what you're talking
shiny
about.
and it had, like, the little jewels and stuff on it, like, it was, like, bedazzled, but, like, in a chunky way. It's like, why is she wearing a cosmic brownie right now during, honestly, one of the better scenes? I that was weird. That was the only thing that, like, threw me off.
That's fair.
Um, a lot of shiny clothing. Are we bringing shiny back? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be the one to comment on any
Okay.
fashion brought up in any of this video because I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I will remove myself from that conversation. But no, I think I'm probably having a harder time separating the two movies and looking at the second one in a vacuum, and that's probably why I have it ranked so high because I had such a fun time with the first one, and this
Yeah.
just felt like, oh, I get more. And so since I got so
Yes.
much
Yeah.
in a short period of time, that's probably why I had such a fun time, and that's why I'm thinking so highly of this movie. So once I'm able to distance myself a little bit from the first one, maybe Creed squeezes by, but
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
now, I'm gonna put it on the podium because I can. Also, this probably ranks right now top. It's definitely top 10 because I don't even know if I've seen enough 10 releases this year. But
Yeah.
I've enjoyed this movie, and it's gonna be like a good litmus test for the rest of the movies this year of like
Yeah.
how what do you have for me? So
Yeah.
because we talked a little off air. We'll maybe talk about it next week if you have the chance to see it. I saw Sheep Detectives 2 days ago. As of right now, it is my second favorite movie of the year. Third
Okay.
favorite if you're including Sentimental Value, which I am including because I saw it this year. So I'm going Sentimental Value 1, Bone Temple 2, Sheep Detectives 3. What did I have? Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie 4, Project
I
Hail
s
Mary 5.
I still need to watch Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. I still need to watch it.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
And did you see Matt Johnson, who directed that, who stars in that, the Anthony Bourdain biopic or kind of biopic movies coming out later this summer? The poster just released. The trailer comes out tomorrow.
It's coming out this year
Yeah,
with the kid
August.
from The Holdovers?
Dominic Sessa, August.
Wow. Alright.
I I'm gonna put a little asterisk or like just kind of a I don't know what I'm trying to say. Matt Johnson has the potential to be one of my favorite directors. He has not
He
missed in my eyes.
I've only seen Blackberry. That movie is good. That movie is
Blackberry,
rock solid.
Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie.
Yeah.
I've never seen something quite like it. It
Mm.
has my
Uh,
attention, and that's
yeah.
where I'm at with it. If he hits on this movie, which I fully trust him, and I think he's going to, I might be all in. I might be drinking the Kool-Aid.
I will say after watching Blackberry, I'm like, "Why is he not directing The Social Reckoning?" Like,
Oh my
come
yes.
on.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can we still make that happen?
Yeah, can we go back in time? Can
Can
we
we
get in
find a
the
way?
RV? Yeah.
Yeah, just give him the footage, see if he can do anything with it. I don't know.
I
Um,
don't know. But
yeah.
yeah.
So I'm actually gonna react to that trailer probably tomorrow. So that'll be up on this channel
Okay.
too. Um, so next time, well, hopefully you see Sheep Detectives and we can talk
I'll
about that.
probably watch it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I would love to talk about that. But anyways, that is our review of The Devil Wears Prada 2. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We will see you next time. Go to the movies. Enjoy yourselves.
Go see it.